Yeah, just I thought EIU was what we thought they were on film. They're an improving team. They made a quarterback change 3 weeks ago and really, excuse me, settled their team down. Played better against Tennessee State. Should have beat Tennessee State. Lost on a last-second field goal and then beat a really good Tennessee Tech, team. So they were what we thought. That we're catching a team that's on the upswing. Coach Cushing's doing a great job there with our guys. Fundamentally sound. They play really, really hard. A lot of young guys play with a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, and just show a lot of toughness. So, we knew we were in for a fight, from the get go, and just hats off to them. They did a great job.
Coach, what are you telling your sideline at that point, down 27-13 early in the third quarter? I know there's a lot of time. I was looking at my wife and telling her the same thing. I was like, there's a lot of time still left on the clock, but how are you talking to your sideline in that moment when you're down 2 scores and a little adversity had hit the team?
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking to the guys about, the same way we've been talking to them is, there's going to be a lot of swings in the game, a lot of momentum changes in the game, and you've got to be a great encourager of your teammates, which they have been. They've been awesome all year of having the back of their teammates, and when one phase, offense not doing good, the defensive guys are quick to saying, "Hey, don't worry, we're going to get the ball back for you." And when the defense, has a downswing in the momentum because of something that they did, the offense is like, "Hey, don't worry about it. We're gonna get the ball and score right here." So it's those guys being quick to have each other's back, and then not only talk it but actually go out there and do it.
What can you tell us about Aaron Baum's play? Obviously, a lot of big plays that happened in this game, big catches by Brooks, Rice, Witherspoon, everybody doing their job, defense getting the turnovers. But when Baum goes 4 for 4 and starts his day with a 58-yarder, what can you say about his performance and what he's been able to do for your team in the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, that's we really were played very poorly in the special teams game our first 3 weeks. That's one area, that I was very disappointed in how we were playing, in our special teams game. And then all of a sudden Lewis got going, last week, and we're starting to play better with the special teams, and that's Baum as well. And that thing is, it is. It is very, very difficult, to kick a field goal. There's a lot that goes into it that people really don't see. I mean, you want to talk about a total team play. Has to be great protection, has to be a great snap, has to be a great hold, and then the kick and all the things that go with the rushes that they're showing you and everything. So Aaron's done a really good job. The protection's been good. Lewis Halton has done excellent holding. That's a critical thing. Talk about kicking is like golf. If you were going to tee off and then right before you hit the ball somebody moved the tee just 2 inches, what that would do to your golf game. And that's incredible, how good Lewis has been for his first time holding and hitting the mark for Aaron. And then Aaron's been kicking the kicks. And you ask him. I don't even ask him anymore. I ask Coach Crass, hey, where you think he's good from? Because, every time you ask Aaron, hey, where are you good from? Oh, 75, going with the wind. I mean, so you can't even ask him. You gotta ask Coach Crass, how far you think he can go, and just asked him. I think that was a 57-yard. He goes, oh yeah, he can do it with this wind. So he's doing great. Really proud of him.
From a defensive standpoint, Coach, obviously you're right there in the trench. Jordan Smith rips off a big touchdown, comes back from being bottled up to a big-time play, and then you guys only allow a field goal after that and get 3 turnovers. Obviously turnovers were a big difference, but what do you think? Did you guys change anything schematically on defense, or just start really doing the things that you had been coaching them up to do all week?
Yeah, I thought Coach Sanders had a great plan. I thought their running back did really good. That was their backup running back. The kid that was a starter is really good too. I think one of the best in the league. So, again, hats off to EIU, their game plan, what they were doing. But no, I think they were, it was more of the same as far as the calls that Coach Sanders was calling. And then just some coaching, with the kids, tweaks and stuff like that on the sideline. No new scheme, just more of the same and trying to do it better. And I couldn't tell you how many times in that game where you're thinking it's going to be a tackle for a loss, and then all of a sudden it turns into a big game. Not only the quarterback position but the running back position too. I mean, there was time. I couldn't tell you. I mean, it seemed seemed like 5, 6, 7 times where you're like, you got them bottled up. Okay, it's going to be a big tackle for a loss, and next thing you know, they gain 12 or 20 or 30.
Coach, Travis Gupson with the Murray Ledger. I wanted to ask you about that particular point. It seemed like both quarterbacks, no matter who was in the quarterback position in the first half, you looked like you had them bottled up for a good significant loss, and then all of a sudden here they go with another 10, 15 yard, or they get a scramble play for a pass and that goes deep. Can you talk a little bit about just their quarterbacks play in this game, because they gave you everything you could handle and more in this game.
Oh, no question. And when that kid came in, 3 weeks ago, you could tell the difference. I mean, he is just really, really good at managing the game. He's really good, like Preston, like the things he did today, of knowing when to pull it down and run as opposed to when to buy time and throw it. He made a lot of very good decisions, and he had done that against, we saw that on film against Tennessee State and Tennessee Tech. So, he's doing a heck of a job. He's the future for them, and they're an improving football team, and they're going to be really, really good in this league.
Coach, while you guys were securing this comeback victory, Austin Peay went down to Jacksonville State and got a huge win there, which is muddying up the top of the conference, and you guys are now in sole possession of first place. How do you continue this conversation of staying focused on Austin Peay next weekend, Easter weekend, and then a final game against Jacksonville State for what could be a major importance?
Yeah, well, just that. I mean, that final game against Jacksonville, means nothing right now. It's Austin Peay. It's opponent number 6, and doing things, exactly the same like we've been doing every single week to prepare, for that football game and give our kids the best chance to win the game. So it's literally focusing on, what's in front of you, and that's Austin Peay on Saturday.